Okay, we're working with some really figured walnut. Beautiful, beautiful fiddleback figure. The basic way I bend almost all of my wood is at 0.075 inch thick. I do pre-shape my sides. I have a pattern for all of that. And as you can see, I'm putting it in my bender. Now, the one thing that I will do sometimes with figured woods is I'll put it to full, but I'll let it get to 175 before I do the bending. The big deal is having the weight. The weights really, really help in keeping the heating blanket in contact with the slat so that we're getting the heat to the wood. You don't want to make the mistake of thinking I'll put the blanket against the wood. It just doesn't work. It will bend, there's no doubt about that. It will bend it. The problem is that it leaves the mark of the heating blanket on the wood, and it shows up sometimes in finish. So right now you can see I have the weights on. I'm waiting for the heat to come up to do the bending. Now my temp is coming up. Everything's sitting in the machine properly. You can see I have my waist down, and I'm starting to tighten that up just a little bit. When you have a highly figured piece of wood, you're always running a chance of possible cracking, and you don't want that. So I'm being cautious in the way that I'm bending, but I don't go outside of my normal bending technique overly much. You can see that this wants to drop. So that's telling me the wood's ready to go. I'm feeling underneath here, it's warm, but it's not real hot yet. So I'm just gonna gently apply some pressure. Walnut usually bends without any incident. It's usually a pretty good bending wood. There's a number of different types of walnut. This, I believe, is black walnut. It is absolutely beautiful. Sometimes you'll hear that little pop. That's your slats. They kind of get a little cup in them, and sometimes you'll hear that bing. So right now I'm sitting at 265 degrees. I'm going to let this get to 275. I will check to make sure everything's still damp, and it is indeed still damp. I got a nice hot blanket. And just by me holding this like this, I can feel the wood relaxing. I'm at 283 degrees, 286. Now as I come over the top, you'll notice I just don't go flying in. This is pressing. You can see that. That spring load is pressing real well. So I'm now at 300 degrees. I can now set my waist. And you just want to bring it down to the pattern. Don't squash it. You'll put a shiny spot on it. So here we go. All done. We're now at 315. I'm setting this up to the 275 variable. Lower bout, upper bout waist. Thickness is 0.075 of an inch. The temp, I started bending at the back probably around 225 to 235. We were at the typical 275, 280 at the front. Got up to 300 till I did the waist, and now I'm just going to let it cycle through for 15 minutes.